all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Whoa. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spit in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work. Yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah. This all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down,
but now I'm up, 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 up. I was. Hey, 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 hey. Landing on my feet like a feline. Did it with a purpose. Alright. Back to the regular stuff. Alrighty. Done with my shenanigans on the Nasdaq here, taking some beautiful bangers. Back to my shenanigans on gold. How's everybody doing tonight? So, I'm going to explain to you guys that are here early my loss and what happened when I took my loss today. And you guys are going to see my entries and everything. So, I over-risked on this trade. I completely over-risked being emotional, right? So I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pineapples on this trade and ended up having to close here at minus 150 pips of drawdown. My limit was down here, which I would have survived had I only taken 3 entries. I would have only been about 70 pips, 60 pips of drawdown in total on these entries. And then boom, the second that I closed, look how I closed at this bullish candle. I closed right here at the bottom before it opened, and then 3 seconds later, price drives up, putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions in profit. So I was correct, but I over-risked, causing me to have to close the trade. So I took a 5-minute break, I waited a little bit, and then I took a short here. I had another entry here, I believe, and then I closed the final entry here. So I made back here 3/4 of the loss. Then I went to NQ for the day, and I was trading NQ over here. And on this push here on NQ, I made back, I got break even here, and then I caught another third of the loss back here, and then I caught another third here, making it almost all completely back, and then I caught 5 pips on here. It didn't fully close at 10, so I was really only down 5 pips for the day after all was said and done. I would have passed this 150K today if it wasn't for me being a little greedy. Alright, so let's get this analysis on gold, right? Stuff is starting to move right now. Let's delete all my lines, and let's delete all drawings, and let's see. So, we have rejected. What have we rejected off of? There's no history here for me to see any sort of rejection here on the daily. Oh, no, there is. What am I doing? I'm tripping. Our daily closed bullish above the most recent range. We're coming up now without a top wick. The daily is hunting for a bottom wick. Hold up. So the daily looks like it's hunting for a bottom wick. Where could the daily possibly pick up a bottom wick at, right? So normally when price drives, you usually get a wick at the previous range. So we can get a wick somewhere here, right? We can get a wick. Yeah, that looks like it's probably one of the only places we can get a wick at. Maybe it'll use this resistance to wick off of. Let's look on the 4 hour. We got some levels here on the 4 hour. This is already where the bottom wick could possibly be. This was a very choppy day on gold. I mean, we're at a very strong level already. What's up, Jonathan? My dog. How are you, bro? Options. You're the fucking man, bro. Could this be a little level we could take a long off of? Let's see what the beat is. China's CPI, is that what caused this dump? Oh, it's at 8:30. Doing well and a little DD on Euro USD, but it's all part of the plan. Bro, I lost 150 pips today and I made back 145. And the win wasn't even over risk, bro. This dump on the Nasdaq was fucking beautiful. This pump on the Nasdaq was just fucking beautiful. This entry made me $1,000. What's that? A 60 pip push in 5 minutes, bro? That shit was insane. This one too, bro. I caught 40 pips on this push, bro. Literally within a minute. These are 5-minute candles, bro. I just waited for my setup, and I took my setup every which way it formed. I think if we come back to like here, and then we start plummeting and re-breaking the lows, I'm gonna have an alarm set here. I keep telling my boy to come check us out on stream, but he's slacking, bro. Only 5 pips to that level. Tangle flip.
I got joggers on this. I got my work pants and joggers. When I went to the MRI, the lady was like, "Pull your pants down." I'm like, "Bro," she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I got 2 pants on, Lee." Bro, imagine winning this truck.
I did a giveaway where I was supposed to win some Rolexes, and your boy didn't win absolutely fucking dog shit.
I did too. I put you on one for Rolex. Bro,
Anya's won like 30 giveaways. I don't know how the fuck she's done that.
She's doing the freaking.
I don't follow him.
Why?
I don't know. I don't follow every trader. I don't like to follow other traders that are not my mentor. Fucking looking at them, and sometimes I'm like, damn, bro, that makes me like jealous that I'm not there yet, that I'm not fucking making $250,000 in a week, and I'm like, fuck, bro, and that shit just makes me depressed looking at that. So I'm just like, fuck that. I'm on my own journey, and I just gotta focus on my own journey, on my own shit. I don't gotta focus on what other people are doing. That's why I like to just watch my mentor live, because instead of seeing the outcome of the trading, the money aspect, I can see how he got it. So I don't want to see you buy a Lamborghini. I want to see how you got the Lamborghini. Yeah, I don't know. That trade, people were saying that it was that it's fake, this, and that, bro. But he called it from like the entry through drawdown, through almost getting stopped out, through going through TP and smashing TP. Yeah, I mean, even if it was a fake trade, he still called a fucking banger and put his nuts to the line. Alex G. But before I unfollowed him, he was posting his trades on Instagram, entry when he took them, and then as it hit TP through drawdown. I think it would take like one trade a week, so he would just post updates throughout the week. Yeah, but even if it's fake money, he called one trade for the entire week, and everybody watched it go up and down, and finally smack TP. He did that a few times, but I'm just saying, even if it's fake or not, when I look at that kind of stuff, and I'm like, all right, cool, that possibility is real. I know a guy who this first trade of the year made 17,000. First trade of the year, and he hasn't taken a trade since. So I know it's possible, you know what I mean? And he's not Lamborghini rich. He doesn't have a Lamborghini or anything like that. And he made 17K in a day. It was his biggest day ever. US 30 had a massive fucking day. I think it was one of those days where you set TP1, TP2, TP3, and then you set alarms because you don't really want to close. So you just want to see what price does when it gets there. And then your alarms ring and it's already at TP3. And you're like, holy shit, I didn't even get to close partials and it's at TP3 already. It was one of those trades. Oh yeah, but it's... That's why I like to, I don't look at the money, I look at the trade. When you talk to me and you give me ideas and you tell me how you trade, do your trades play out? Does it make sense what you're doing? You know, like when my friend tells me why he took a trade, bro, I'm like, he's like, it bounced off the fib. And I'm like, what you mean it bounced off the fib, bro? Yeah, don't give me fish. Teach me how to fish. Don't give me fish. Teach me how to fish. Like, what do you mean it just bounced off the fib, bro? Yeah, we're bullish and it bounced off the fib. What else? Look at how bullish it is. It bounced off the fib. I don't know. I just trade market structure. And when market structure presents itself in a way that I can take advantage, I take advantage. We know that market prints in higher highs and higher lows. So if those higher highs or higher lows align with some key levels and a couple other key factors like top wicks, bottom wicks, closures above, then there's a high probability that it's going to continue going into the direction that you're thinking. This is a strong level here on the 5-minute. That's why I have it marked up. If we were to take my setup now with the rebreak of the daily low, this 5-minute level would be our break-even point because of how strong it is. This 5-minute level was the level that caused price to fly up earlier today after consolidating for a little bit. So we have to be very careful with this level. So if we're going to break through this level and into it, I kind of want to break through it and then take advantage of maybe... Well, you're so gay. And then maybe take advantage of this range right here. That's 30 pips instead of taking advantage of this range. Because if we break through here, then I can take an entry on the rebreak of the low here, and my break even isn't until like 20-30 pips to the bottom of this range. So by the time that I close, I could be 20 pips in profit on this one. Yeah, it's easy to fake stuff. Like I follow this guy on Twitter, right? So I only follow a couple of people, and he made 140,000 trading today, right? And I don't know how you would be able to fake this, but somebody was on FaceTime with him and uploaded the screenshot of him on FaceTime showing the other guy, showing him his trading screen as he's live in the trade. And you could see here on the bottom where it said AMP live. And then he like opened it up and you could see the AMP live account, how much margin he was using. And the trade was up 200 grand, 170 grand. So that's a little extensive. Using a US regulated broker, if you can fake that where it says live, a 200k entry, that's wild. Well, see, that's why I don't like looking at other people's shit, because it distracts me. So right now we're pulling back. So it looks like we're pulling back most likely to somewhere around here before rejecting back down. This daily is most likely going to grab a bottom wick somewhere before coming up. Unless this is where we start coming up off of, right? This is a minor level that I have drawn up. That this is just a resistance. It's not even a support. The strong support really is lower down, which is down here. This is also something I've been sample sizing. A lot of the times I catch the last portion of the range. So when I do catch the last portion of the range, I've been looking at closing and then waiting for my setup forming the other way and then instantly taking buys. So I would have taken buys once we rebroke this high here after we cleared this little block here. Because a lot of my trades have been at the very end of the range there. So knowing that, I can anticipate the reversal immediately and start looking for the reversal and see how I can take advantage of that. What did you guys take today, chat? Have you guys taken any trades tonight? If you didn't take any trades tonight, then here, I'll flip a coin for you. Heads you buy, tails you sell. Heads. Looks like we're buying. Let's see what happens here. See if the coin flip is correct, mundo. On EU, let's look at EU. Euro USD. You're in a short. You probably got in at the daily low or something. Oh no, this is tonight's low. Where'd you get in at? Oh, so you were here looking for a 4-hour wick fill, so you took a sell somewhere here. Or on the flip of this 4-hour that didn't drive. Oh, it's coming for you, bro. It's coming. That was a good stop loss if you chose this area here. That was a good stop loss. Personally, I love my pineapples, so I would have likely had a pineapple up here. Maybe 2 pineapples I would have had. And that would I would have likely closed somewhere in the middle here in profit. But I've been learning that sometimes this means that price is gonna now do the move that I was originally anticipating. So I might not want to close all the positions. Maybe I can leave a runner because maybe now it'll give me that 4-hour wick fill that I was looking for instead of just bouncing back up and driving bullish and this being a quick out. So that could be a possibility. So you have 2 possibilities there. So I would have break even here with 3 partials taken out, or with like 70% of the partials taken out. Hey, just gotta be patient. That's correct. What's up, Dev? How are you, bro? So we've come up and now we had a massive bearish candle pushing us back into this little mini range on the 5-minute. This is a strong push, but would I risk taking a sell here? I think I would. Yeah, if this 15 pushes down, we got 3 minutes left for this hourly. Looks like it might push. No, I'm gonna close out my sell stop. Even if it pushes, I'm gonna wait for this hourly to open. We have a China news or whatever at 8:30 or China CPI. Bless you, my dude. This could drive. This could very well drive. But two things. If it closes with no bottom wick, we'll probably get another little push and then a reversal up. And that's what I don't want to be in, right? I don't want that little push to only be 7 pips and then it reverses up off of 7 pips. That'll slip me the other way. So now that we have 3 minutes left, I mean, this final 3 minutes could be that push, right? The setup is forming. The daily lows is breaking. We're about to scoop here. We're about to start trending here. We've already maintained the trend. So sells here are not bad, but the probability is not as high with this hourly closing this quick. So what do I have? 2 minutes to roll the J. How fast do you think I can do this, Alfredo? You think I can do this in 2 minutes?
Go on.
Yeah.
Timing you.
No, the timer is the hourly closure. It's already been going.
That means you gotta do it in less than 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You're already 10 seconds deep on my time. That shit better be a pro too. It better than, you know, the fucking twig.
Wix took like a minute to roll with his automatic shit. A minute. Come on, bro. We use our hands over here, my bro.
We roll faster than a minute.
Bro, I got an entire minute to pearl this. I got an entire minute
Finish them in a minute, bro.
to pearl
Finish them
this.
in a minute, bro. You got 10 seconds.
I have 45 seconds. What does Alfredo trade? He trades cars for people's money.
Yeah.
And it's done.
Literally. I'm a transactional trader.
He's a transactional trader. He trades fucking dreams. He can put you in that car you've been dreaming of. It's only gonna cost you an arm and a leg. And the hourly closing in 10 seconds, and this shit is about to be sparked before that even happens. Look at that, bro. Come on now. Send that to Wix. Clip it and send it. All right, so the hourly just closed, right? We have a top wick. I'm gonna take a sell right here. That's beautiful. If we start to push up here, that's fine. I'll take probably another entry, but I think that this hourly bottom wick is gonna be nice. Nice. Those buys weren't bad either. I'm anticipating a nice bottom wick push here. We got room here. We have like 30 pips to these highs. What up, dude? So we have nice range here, so I'm looking for probably pineapples if we break above this range here. That's also a good area here. Also a very good area. I see. Let's get an hourly flip Peruski here. We were close to my pineapple area, but it was off by a little bit, both the levels that I had. It's at a daily strong level, Detron level. Don't be a little baby, bottom wick. Be a good one. That's only 5 pips on that wick fill. This 5 closed respecting. Can we get a push here? Is it finally gonna push? Everything still looks decent here. I'm gonna go break even here because that was the rebreak of the daily low and that should have been the drive. So this should be the drive now. If this pulls back and doesn't drive now, then I don't want to be in it. If it does pull back and start driving up, maybe we can get a better entry. Yes. If we get a pop, I'm gonna have a TP set probably for like 20 pips. So this is the second rebreak of the low. This has to fucking plummet. If it doesn't plummet here, then my idea is not valid no more, right? Yeah, this is take me out. Yeah, I don't like that pullback there. But we saw like 7 pips there. Yeah, nice. You got 10? Nice. This is my pineapple level, right? So we were very close. If I would have had a pineapple here, then that would have been this pop down on the pineapple would have given us 10 pips, 8 pips on 2 stacked positions, so that would have been 14 pips right here if I would have been able to take that pineapple. But see, this area is being a bitch. We have to come up to here and and really reject down, which we did. I mean, do we have a 5-minute closure coming up? We don't have a top wick on this 5-minute. So this still could be valid to take the rebreak of the low. It could still be very valid. This 5-minute looks like it's about to scoop. Let's see. Oh, it's too late for that now. I've been looking at those kinds of entries, options, but those entries, I've been looking for them towards the bottom of the ranges after my setup formed on NQ like this. So after this, then I look for that 1 minute and then the reversal, and that's what I've been looking at to see if I can maybe take something like that. If we can get a steeper pullback and then a rebreak of the daily low, that would be nice. All right, there, I can try again. That was a weak break. Let's hope this is not a trickle downer.
Yo, I had my first MRI today and that's kind of scary, bro.
What did they say?
Nothing. It was just for the accident. But it was just like being in that shit. Like you don't think that claustrophobia until you get in that bitch. Yeah.
I almost fucked up an MRI machine at working at EDS. I didn't clean out the drain line properly on one of the maintenances, I guess, or somebody didn't. And the unit started leaking a shit ton of water on top of an MRI machine. And the guy's like, hey, this is putting us down $50,000 a day. Are you sure you guys didn't do anything? And then I had to like say, nah, that's just an issue with the unit, this and that. Damn, look at that push up. We just had a 5-minute closure. No bottom wick on that 5-minute. I'm closing here at break even. I don't like this. This could drive if it wants to, but it's sketching me out. So I prefer to stay out. So I've made back 7 pips for the night. Not bad. It could still drive, but there's no bottom wick, man.
Good risk management.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I have to risk.
Yeah,
I have to manage risk like this, because if not, I mean, it could. Our daily range is small, right? But if we do come all the way back up to the top of the daily, we could reject maybe off of this level. I can take a pineapple, maybe off of this one. So there's a couple levels. The daily high is a strong level too that I can take a pineapple off of. But if we do come up and start flipping with this nice bottom wick on the daily, it'll just keep flying. This area is just choppy, right? That's why my scalping is a little tricky right now, because this area is just choppy.
I probably might be waiting on this 30 minutes and see what I can catch. 15 is not looking too good. Yeah, but as I was saying before, it's like the same thing's been happening to me. Like I find myself managing my positions very early compared to how I used to, and it's like many times so far I've seen that I've avoided getting bored.
See, so like right now I applied it. Look, I'll show you this trade right now on NQ. If I wouldn't have applied this trade on NQ, look what would have happened. I applied the same exact risk management here. I took a sell here and I closed it down here. What happened around the candle that I closed? Price reversed. If I wouldn't have managed risk the same way that I just did on those 2 entries, I would have been screwed. So if you look to the left over here, we have those same exact levels. I had a level here and I had a level down here. Exactly the same levels that we have on the other side. So as soon as we crossed this level, that we broke through it, that we almost tapped this level, I said, all right, this is it. I'm closing right here. So the second that this closed with no bottom wick, we have no top wick, we're closing into a strong bullish area, it's very highly likely that you do pop down into this area, but that you could possibly reverse here the same way NQ did. So with that possibility, even though it looks good, it could still keep driving down. With that possibility, I had to manage risk. I did the same thing over here. I managed risk. If we go down to the 1 minute, you'll be able to see how this was the daily low right here. I got in right here on the daily low, being broken. And then once price tapped this area here, I was break even. And it went all the way down almost to my full TP. So that was 15 pips. So if I wouldn't have managed risk the same way, I mean, you see the same exact setup here that's happening on gold. If I wouldn't have managed risk that way, I mean, right here, the way that I closed the trade and where it tapped, I would have gotten maximum from this first entry to the down here, 14 pips maximum. So am I going to risk a reversal happening here for only 14 pips? No, I'd rather go break even. I lost 7 pips in commissions and slippage, right? But 7 pips is better than having this reverse and then me having to fight my way out of drawdown on such a small daily range with not very strong levels. These levels are all fresh. So you see how we're reversing here? That's what I didn't want. That's why I wanted to get out. I didn't want to be in this, because see, then I would have had to pineapple here. Now that we've tapped my level, I would have had to take in a pineapple here. Let's see if holding it would have played out. So I had an entry here. I would have had to take another pineapple here. Break even on this pineapple would be 12, so it would be 6. That would be break even right there.
I think we're kind of waiting for NFP because we've been ranging for the past couple of days. We've been moving, but
Oh, look,
inside of a range.
that would have gave me an opportunity to get out break even. I like to do this whenever I close out to see if holding what would have happened. So holding here, I would have seen 7 pips, 11 pips, and then it pulled back pretty quickly. So maybe I would have closed manually, maybe not. Who knows? But let's see if...
How much pineapple you would take?
So today I actually took a massive loss where I took 6 or 7 pineapples when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I limit myself on this.
Did you see? Did you see earlier when I explained it?
And then you're...
It was on gold right here. Oh yeah, the candles are already gone. So where is earlier today? Right here. So I took 1 entry here on the rebreak of the high. Same setup, you see it's trending. We're closing above. I took the rebreak of the high here. And then I took another entry stupidly here. I shouldn't have taken this entry.
So, yeah, I think that was that position where the 1 hour candle was starting to drop or something like that. Before it closed.
Yeah, this was at 9:45, so this was 5 minutes after 9:30. So I thought the 9:30 volume would push us through after starting to continue pushing, right? And then I took another dumb entry here when I shouldn't have. These levels are weak and shitty. I shouldn't have taken another entry. Then I took another entry here, and then I took another 2 more entries down here. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? I took 2 more entries here. I shouldn't have taken these 2 extra entries or these 3 entries. The only 2 entries that I should have taken on this was as soon as price drives, that first support that it creates, that should have been my second entry, right? These are weak and they're not, I don't consider these valid. And then my stop loss was down here at the break of the low. So I put my stop loss down here. So if I would have entered my position here and then another position here, my break-even point was, what's that, 39 pips. So 20 pips would have been my break-even point right here. So with this push, I would have been able to get out break-even on the proper entry. On the proper 2 pineapples. That's 7, look, that's 7 pips here.
9:45 and it dropped, and like I think I was in drawdown for like a couple of minutes, but I haven't entered no pineapple. I entered the second pineapple, the first pineapple on the 10th. Well, it can be, I think it's gonna be 9 a.m. closure for you guys.
Look at this shit. Look how we're driving up.
It's gonna be 10. No, it was 9:45. Yeah, 9:45 for you guys, because you guys are 1 hour behind. So it's 9:45 and it dropped, I think.
10 minutes for China CPI. Let's see if we get some volume here.
I take a second entry on the 1 hour on the 10 a.m. closure. A bottom wick, the same entry that wicks the bottom wick entry. I had a second entry and it jumped up, I think, for like 50 pips, and I closed out for net 40. Which is, what I try to avoid doing is like taking pineapples close to each other. I try to give my first position as much space as possible. That's find the next optimal entry.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. So, all right, for me to not have a losing day today, I would have to make back 40 pips tonight, and that would continue my streak of not having a losing day for 19 days yesterday made.
Yeah.
Or not a losing trade.
If I was wrong, it wouldn't have burned me that much that I have, took in a loss on one position and not 4 positions. Would have probably way down the order.
Yeah, see, I was risking.
Just trying to find the next optimal entry.
Listen, I was risking a 0.5%, right, with 1 entry. So the second that I introduce a second entry, 3/4 of the way to my stop loss, I'm only adding another 1/4 risk to my position, right? So I take one entry, then I take the second pineapple, and I'm only adding a quarter risk to the position. But in this case, I took 6 or 7 entries, bro. And I was like, nah. I shouldn't have taken that. I shouldn't have taken this one. I shouldn't have taken that one. I shouldn't have taken this one. Just looking at it immediately after I took the trade, I'm like, no, this is horrible. This is not good. And then I closed.
Yeah, bro, that's where it can really get messy.
But I lost 140 pips total, right? But in total for the last 3 weeks, I'm up like 800 pips. So 140 pips off of 800, and I made back 100 and I lost 150 pips, sorry, and then I made back 145. And then,
Wait,
then this session,
in the message, but didn't you just make that right back now?
not right now. In the beginning of the stream, when the arrows were up, you'll see it on NQ, the trade that I took. Oh, they're still up here. Beautiful. So on NQ, I made on this trade, I caught 32 pips. So off a 2 lot, that was like 600, and on this is double the money. So this was like 1,200 bucks on this one off a 2 lot, because I take 2 lot entries on this eval. And then on this one, I took 2 positions, and I came out with like an extra 200 bucks on this one. That brought me to minus 130 for the day. So these 2 positions.
That was after the loss on gold.
Yeah, that was after the loss on gold. So after gold did its shenanigans, or I don't even know where it was, but whatever. After it did its shenanigans, I took a sell where I caught another 30. It was like a 2-second trade where I caught like 40 pips, and then I took another entry here. So in total, so I lost 140 pips, and then across 4 trades I made, no, sorry, 150, and across 4 trades I made 140. So it's about an average of 30 pips per trade.
So but do you count, because in Nasdaq it's counted as points? You count those as pips still instead of points?
So I do it by I use the same lot size across. I just count the dollar amount, and then I calculate it as if it was gold. So if I take a 2 lot on gold and it goes up 10 pips, that's 200 bucks. So when I take a 2 lot on the Nasdaq, when I see 200 bucks, I consider that 10 pips, but it's usually like 5 ticks or something like that.
You're down 200 bucks.
So for the day, no, I made 133 here. So I was down 155. So I'm down $20 since this morning.
Ah, dude, that's awesome, man. You made it all back, bro. Sweet, nice job.
So I was angry at myself, and I was like, all right, because if I wouldn't have over risked that, if I would have taken the proper pineapples, I would have been in profit. It ran for 9 pips on 2 positions, so that would have been 18 pips basically off of a 2 lot. So that would have put me at 0.5% to pass this eval. So now I
missed the areas where you were in a pineapple. They were about a 30 to 40 pips each, or around 20 or 25. I couldn't see it was too fast because I have
So 9:45, when was that today? Was that here? Yeah, somewhere in these shenanigans right here.
Nasdaq is in free falling. It's like people have been selling a lot. So you were in a buy, I guess?
Yeah, on the Nasdaq I took sells, or yeah, I took both. I'm looking for the setup on gold on the Nasdaq. So it depends what the Nasdaq. So if you look at the Nasdaq, bro, look at this support here, or like when it creates a support across the line or a resistance. Look how it just rejects it perfectly here, perfectly here, perfectly here. So you can anticipate this kind of stuff, and that's what I was taking here. So as soon as we rebroke the lows that we retested some of these levels here, I started taking sells of rebreaking the daily low. So
How much of a break past the low do you think is sufficient for it to not be considered a fake out and then get into the position?
So I look.
That's always been my issue.
So it depends on what levels are there. So if it's re-breaking the low into blank levels here, that's your best bet of catching a very nice push. Usually when there's no support or resistance here on the re-break of the low like it did here, you get a decent push on the Nasdaq here. You got 59. I see that this how many pips it would be. 59 pips. So this push was 59 pips, and it was a fake out, but it was still a 59 pip push. That was pretty nice. So I could have caught plenty of trades here. I got stopped out break even, I think, on one, and then I only caught this final push down here. But to know that it's not a fake out on the rebreak of the low, it's tough. You just have to draw up as many support and resistance as you can, and the less you have in that area, the higher the chance you have of it continuing to drive. Like all these areas here, when the Nasdaq taps this area, it flies. It wicks off this area, it flies. It flies. If you see how it has all these wicks, and price just bounces hard off these levels. It just bounces incredibly hard. So to know that it's not going to bounce off this level, I need it to close. If it's the rebreak of the daily low, I can take a sell because I know that usually you're going to get a push on the rebreak of the daily low. And if you have clean traffic here, you're going to get a decent push like we did here. But to really know that it's going to break through this, you have to just wait for more confirmation. Wait for this closure like we had, a bullish closure here, and then another bearish closure confirming we're closing below these levels here. And now that we've rejected off this level and closed below it again, now I can take a rebreak of the low here and maybe even swing it to these steeper areas. But with the Nasdaq, you have to be very careful. This level here.
I did that with the US 30 this week, and I waited for it to break the lows, and it was really at a very strong level. I think it was on Monday, and then I waited for confirmation at 50 points below the actual area. I was getting that confirmation. I got in, and it was in profit maybe 10 points, and it completely rejected. So it took me a while, but I made it back the same day that morning. But I'm annoyed because it's so much more volatile than gold. You know, US 30 very similar to Nasdaq. So I was trying to see if there was something else I could do, but sometimes you just can't do. You just have to find a way to get back. So I did put my stop loss at about 30 points, or was it 40 points or something like that? Whereas my take profit was about 100 points, and then just got hit so fast. And then it retraced, it kept going up, and I was like, this got screwed completely. I've never been able to tackle that.
Yeah, sometimes you do get caught in that where you're at you're trying to catch that push past the low, and you're the second tap of the low before it reverses. So sometimes it
gold just close on the 30.
Goes close on the 30. It made a bottom wick right away, but it's re-breaking these lows. Let's see. So now if it didn't, it needs to come up and make at least a small top wick and then re-break the low, and I can take an entry. But it can't just re-break the low first and then come up. That gives it way less probability.
Thank you.
So like the re-break of the low when we're doing this is my favorite. But this would have to be for a little bit longer, kind of like here we consolidated a little bit and then we push kind of hard, and like taking these re-breaks of the lows, you have a very high chance of it continuing down. But then when you start to pull back like this on the 1 minute, it starts to slow down. I like the heavy pushes like this, where if it's pushing like this, trending hard, this re-break of the high, like even this lower one here, it doesn't have to be this high one, is nice. Even if you would have taken one up here, you would have still been able to catch this push here before it reversed. If you would have taken it here, you would have caught this push as well. Did we make a top wick? We did. I don't like these sells were nice. Being in this whole clean range here, these sells were nice. What time is that? 6 started up here. Yeah. How come I didn't see this at 6? I would need a top wick to like here. So it aligns with this area. I'll take the middle, and that should be fine. And then a re-break of the low. I would prefer that. This close, no bottom wick. We're at a very strong level here, so I don't like sells here. Structure needs to form right to confirm that we're not gonna push up. You can take the bet off the higher time frame, like the hourly pushing down, but when Wix takes pineapples, does he still do 2 entries per or 1 now?
Still two positions per trade.
He told me he was gonna lower his lot size because of the margin requirements.
On the 50K count.
Yeah,
So
figured.
he's at 10K right now, so he's at 60, and he is going to keep increasing his loss over time once he.
Yeah, I told him the margin requirements were very, very high, and he took an average pineapple, and I think he almost hit the limit.
On the 16.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, the margin requirements are tough, bro. And especially if, let's say you were taking that pineapple and it was like 4 o'clock, you were in drawdown, it was just like one of those days where it's happened on stream, and you hit 5 o'clock, bro, that shit's gonna close you out immediately. And if market open, it pops up into profit, you would have missed out on that because you need to have 10 times the amount. So if you are full margined on your entries, you don't have enough margin left over to swing the position, and it would really screw you. So that's something me and him talked about, because that stuff that would be bad.
It would have closed them out. It doesn't allow swing for entry.
It does. Let's say I think a 1 lot costs you 200 or 1,000 of margin to open. One contract costs 1,000. So to swing it, it costs you 10,000 of margin to swing it.
And if he was in 6 pineapples plus the original position, then he would have.
And I think it was that 5 lot when he was taking the 5 lot. So yeah, if he was in at like 30 lots or something, he was probably already max leverage. They don't let you go full. He probably had like maybe 20% left, and to swing that, they would probably close the majority of your position, and they would leave open 5 because you need 10,000 per. So they would only leave open 1 5 lot, and they would leave open your best position.
Yeah.
So if you have 10 entries, they'll close 9 of them and leave 1. Unless you have 500,000 of available margin. That's the hard part about futures. That's why I've been so diehard on prop firms. So that way I can have a few accounts in the background, trade my small live account, and then, in a month look back and I'm like, oh, look, the 150K account is up 3 grand. The 50K account is up 2 grand or 1,500. And then my live account is up a few hundred, so easy. And then I can just keep them in the background, slowly gain more accounts and just keep them in the background. Because you need a lot of capital to trade futures here. What was that?
0.5? Your lots on a 250K account are what? Like 0.5?
So to pass it, I'm using a 2 lot. I'm risking but to once I go live, I'm going to be using basically a 0.4 on the 150 and a 0.2 on the 50.
What's your leverage?
The leverage is like on metals, I think it's like 1 to 50, so it's very bad. So I need to build like 2 grand. I need to build 3,500 of buffer before I can actually start using like a 1 lot on the 50K account. Because on Top Step, you need to have a minimum of $200 a day profit to get a payout for 5 days straight. So trading with a 0.2 to get 200 in a day, that's quite hard, but it's enough for me to build enough margin to build my way up to that 1 lot, and then I can start taking my 1 lots, and once I'm at my 200 for the day, I quit and I move on to the next day. And then since I've built up enough buffer, once I do those 5 consecutive trading days of 200, which is $1,000, I have 4,500 in the account now. I can take a nice $2,000 payout and then work my way up back on the buffer, which would probably take me To make 3,500 on a 0.2, I need 1,750 pips. So
You copy trade everything, or you manually?
I'm gonna copy trade each account to my live account, and since I'm risking so little, I'm playing the long game. So that way, every month or every 2 months, I can take out 3 to 4K across each account,
Then you make it bank.
and then deposit that right into my live account. And then the live account, it depends how much the live account's growing, right? Because 1,700 pips on my live account would be like 3 grand. So growing a $1,000 account to 3 grand in a couple months, that's crazy. I wouldn't need to deposit anything. I could just keep growing it. But yeah, I had 750, 800,000 in funding this year, and I was up. I was at the threshold to get paid out, right? For one of the 250s, which was 6,500, and if I would have withdrawn the maximum 2K, I would have had 4K left to draw down, and I was so scared of losing that I was like, no, I'm on a streak right now. Let me just make a couple more thousand. That way I can leave a big buffer in here. And then I took a loss immediately after that, and then I revenge traded and blew the entire fucking payout.
Oh man, you're on the relative draw then? Like that.
I blew it.
Not relative. What is it called?
The trailing drawdown. So that's the hard part about futures, is that you will literally blow an account still being in profit. This account, since I have 5 grand of drawdown, I'm up 7,500. So even if I lose 5 grand, I'm up 2,000 on the account still, but I'll blow it.
But
So
if
like,
you withdraw that count as part of
your trailing drawdown, right? So once you
Yeah.
go past the initial balance, let's say you go 2K past the initial balance and you withdraw 500, now you only have 1,500 left of drawdown.
Basically, that's how I do that account that I won last 2 weeks or something like that. Like, it was tricky because I actually didn't actually think about the trading drawdown, and like I was like 2% away from passing the account, and I was in a swing position. I was like, when I checked in, I couldn't get the login. I wonder what happened. And when I checked, the account was breached. I was like, damn.
I breached it accidentally as well. So I was risking 2% or 3% because I didn't realize it was the trailing drawdown one. And I was like, all right, so this is a free account, and I want to try to pass it a little bit fast. So I already passed. I'm already working on another one, so I'm not trying to do too many accounts at the same time. And this is a Forex one, so for me, the Forex ones aren't that beneficial. So I was risking quite a bit. And on the first trade, I was risking 3%. You have a max 5% daily drawdown. And then I forgot to set a stop loss, or I deleted my stop loss on accident. One of the two. I don't remember what it was. And they give you a grace period of like 5 minutes before they close you out for a soft breach of not having a stop loss. And bro, I think it's a news event happened. I don't even know what happened. It dropped past where my stop loss would have been, and it went down, breached the daily max. So I got 2 emails, one for the soft breach saying not having a stop loss, and the next one for hard breach of breaching the daily drawdown. It happened both at the same time. So that 5-minute grace period they give you of not closing your trade out to give you time to set your stop loss, that's when price just died against me and fucked me.
Bro, I don't know if I don't know if I can really trade platforms again. I don't. It's tricky with the rules, bro. Like, it has really messed up my trading. I remember back in 2023.
If you're not getting better trading prop firms, then you need to stop and go back to trading your live account, because like I've gotten nothing but better with these rules, and the restrictions it's put on me has forced me to put restrictions on myself, and so far it's been a blessing.
Maybe it's added pressure to my trading. Like, it had only like added pressure, like passing and going into drawdown, and just thinking about a payout. Like,
Yeah, same. It caused me a lot of like headaches and a lot of like stressful days and a lot of like mental breakdowns. But at the end of the day, I got through all of it, and I was like, damn, if I can get through these emotional impulses and these emotional you know, ups and downs, I can be such an amazing trader because the only reason that I lose are the days where, like today, where I took a massive, too many pineapples, not wanting to accept the fact that I'm going into drawdown. Let me wait. Let me be patient. You know, it's stupid things like that.
Yeah, I understood. True.
But I was trading with a smaller lot size than I normally do on these evaluations. So that allowed me to close, still have half of my drawdown left for the day. And then I was able to take 3 more trades and make it back.
Yeah, I remember back in December 2023 when I was consistent all December. It was my first profitable month. Like I could say I was still learning. I wasn't as advanced as I am though. Like a lot of entries that I did know I would not do. Like, I was still learning, but like I was consistent. I was making so slow and small profits. Then I remember going into fund days in March 2024. From since then, like everything just went downhill for me for the rest of the year. Like my rules, everything just gone out the window. And it took me a while to get back like to this consistency.
I made
I
I used to use prop firms back in the day when I was trading a little bit more in 2022,
Yeah.
2023, and I used for 2021 as well.
How
I
long you
used,
traded for? How long you traded for, Jay?
Since September 2020.
Wow, you've been here a while.
Yeah, I was trading something different. I wasn't trading gold at the time. I was trading indices, and so I actually made quite a bit of money during that time, and it allowed me to open my live personal funded account. So that's what I use now, and I have 1 to 500 leverage, bro. I can't tell you how much of a benefit that is compared to 1 to 10, 1 to 20, 1 to 30, 1 to 50.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
I have a 1 to 200. I have a 1 to 200.
That's very decent.
Yeah, that's part of the reason that like I have on my notepad some journaling from the beginning of 2024 when I was trading on Trader's Domain and I was trading on Osprey where I still had MT5 and my best month was 450%. And I'm like, dude, if I can, that's when I started the prop firm challenge. So I'm like, dude, if I'm making 450% in a month of trading cleanly for the last 6 months, I've been making over 100% every month because of the insane leverage. I can do these prop firms. And then I started taking prop firm challenges, and then I passed a couple on my funded FX, and then they kicked all the US traders off. So then I bought another one with FTMO, and then as I purchased theirs, I was like 3 weeks into it, and then I couldn't trade one day, and they told me that they're shutting down US clients. And
Did they ever refund you guys or no?
I got a refund from my active one. I got a refund, but for the one that I had just failed right before I bought, they didn't give me anything. They only gave me the refund for the second one that I purchased.
I got a refund on 2 of them, and I got a free account on the other one.
Yeah, I think I might go back to funded, but I think that will only be the case when my account is probably around 5 figures.
Yeah, since I already have 150K and I'm working on this one, it's only been a week and I'm almost done with it. I need another percent and I've already passed it, 1.5% and I've passed it. So then I can copy trade those to my live account and then focus on my live account for several months. Just focus on the live, come back to it and be like, oh, nice, $10,000. What a gift.
What I think I would do is probably just like copy trade it to my live and underfunded.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna take on the 150K, I was gonna be taking a 0.4, and on the 50K, I'm gonna be taking a 0.2.
Yeah, that's what I think I will do in the future.
Yeah, where you can actually make money is have a live personal account and you're in the 6 digits. That's when you can really push it. That's what I've got now.
Yep.
And I was using 5 lots for 2 positions, but I'm now using 4 instead, and I feel more comfortable with that. And depending on which day, sometimes I'll raise it or lower it, but that's the idea. So hopefully this year, and it's going very well.
Yeah.
Quite a bit in the last 3 days since I met, quite a bit. So I'm hoping to bring it to $500,000 this year, and I think it's very doable. I don't think that's something realistic for the prop firm, unfortunately, because of the rules, and it makes it a little more difficult. I love the prop firms because not many people have funds for it. I didn't at the time, so it definitely helped me build that. But getting to a lot of balance is the main goal.
Yeah.
Mine's about to touch 4-figure pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people have a huge misconception. They're like, oh, like some guy came in here the other day and asked me, he's like, oh, why don't you make 5K a day? I know some guys that make 5K a day.
And I wish it was that easy. I think it's very necessary to you to have a very high amount in Forex to relieve like a lot of stress. You need to have a buffer.
Yeah, well, like I commented to Wix, and he said it on stream. He's like, if you want to make like 20K a month off trading, you need to have a high 6-figure or a 7-figure account to make 20K a month off of trading. Unless you're risking a little bit more than the average, it depends on all your risk tolerance, right? And it depends also what you're catching. If you're a swing trader and you're trading like one lots, you can catch a super nice swing and make $6,000 in a fucking day. You know what I mean? It depends what your trading is like. But like, yeah. To make 20K a month, you need a high 6-figure account. So people say, you're like, oh, so where are you gonna get the 6 figures from? You have that in your bank account. You could just deposit. So that's why people are like, oh, I wanna start off making this and that, and like, oh yeah, you could quit your job if you could just put 5K in a trading account. You could flip that every month and quit.
Yeah, well, how I plan on doing it is like I'm looking to get the 5 figures before I can actually quit. Okay. Well, for me, that would be decent because I'm looking with a 5-figure account. I'll probably be using a 0.5 or a 0.4 or something like that. For me, that would be like an average. I could probably do around like 200.
Alfredo, do you follow Brandon?
Which is usually work for around like 500 US a month. So, like,
I have a friend of mine who is who came out as a Forex trader. So out of nowhere, we seen him driving Lamborghinis and fancy cars, and he came out as a Forex trader saying that he's been trading Forex for a long time or whatever, making money, this and that. And like, we asked him, and he was like, yeah, bro, just 3 to 5K in your bank account, and with these US 30 trades, I promise you can quit your job.
It's true. Well, for me over here, it's American people cost of living. I'm in a third world country, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm like 3 to 5K. Wow. Let me listen to what this guy's saying.
Yeah, bro. It's possible over here with that. It's possible because if you look at it, I only work for like, I only work for like $500 a month, right? So it's like I just need to have like 3 good days in the market, and like that's my whole salary. But I average with a 5-figure account, with a 10K account, I can do that easily.
What a bougie. So like, yeah, it depends. Like, let's say you use a 1 lot and you're risking 50 pips, right? And you're risking $500. You have 10 big losses you can take on your account before you blow it. But let's say you're already a good trader and you go on your first, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 streak. You just made $1,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's how I've been looking at it. So yeah.
It just depends on what you're willing to risk. Yeah, I can flip a 5K account if I risk the whole 5K.
I'm up 12%.
Yeah, I'm up to this week. I think I'm up around like 20% for the week.
That's insane.
I mean, it's been very nice. We've been getting 100 pick days. I mean, that's just insane. So
yeah, just the market has been.
Take advantage,
I'm
bro.
gonna raise my lot. I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna
I'm taking my lots for now.
It's like what
I'm not raising my lots.
It's like what Wick said in the beginning of the year. The when people were asking why does he keep taking these news trades that ended up becoming losers and going into deep drawdown, he was like, well, these news trades are the ones that supercharge my entire account. So until I see otherwise that they're not working, I'm not gonna stop taking them. So he took advantage of the edge when it was working, and he supercharged his account. And then he realized, all right, maybe this edge isn't working during this time of the year. Let me quit while I still have a massive account, and then focus on other setups. So like take advantage when you're killing it. These 100 pip days, just be there, show up.
Yeah, bro. They kill. They kill. And what I've realized is just like once you can take the dumb trades out the window and the unnecessary losses, like you can really supercharge your account. Like
I'm over
my
here
goal
thinking this
for
is gold.
2022 is to try and
Wow.
get my balance around like 2K, which I think is very highly likely.
Yeah, bro.
Once I can keep on consistency and like
I went from
by the end of the
catching
year, I'm well on my way on my job.
I went from catching 10 pips a day. Like I
Yeah,
look back at my first Apex journal that I passed, the 50K. I had a 90% win rate, right? And I just did it catching 10 pips, 10 pips, 10 pips, and I'm like, oh yeah, 10 pips a day, 20 pips a day, that's all that I need. I don't need more than that. And like the last month and a half, my smallest day was a 25 pip day. Everything else after was 40, 50, 80, 90, 130. I've been just catching bangers, setup after setup after setup. So I'm showing up every day and taking advantage. I'm waking up at 6 in the morning. I'm going to bed late. I'm taking advantage of my
And it's
edge
so
while it
crazy to me,
lasts.
you know, like every morning I get up, go to work, all I'm thinking about the chart, man. Like that is what really pushes me to go to work, you know. Like that's what gives you the drive. Like
So
Just
Jay,
gonna tell you
this
one
is
thing.
this is a market mechanic
Trading-
setup right here, right? So he takes the trend line starting to break. We get that volume candle pushing us out of a strong level here, and then you have the scoop of the 1 minute. So like this push right here, all these three in combination right here, this push was like a goodbye the way that market mechanic trades. But he trades off the hourly, 4 hour, and daily time frame, weekly levels, not off like 1 minute levels. Like earlier, he took options took that same trade right here where it broke this trend line. We were starting to get a scoop here on the 1 minute. We did get a nice scoop here on the 1 minute, and then I think he caught 15 pips on this while we were in drawdown, and then it pushed our direction afterwards. So look how he was in buys and I was in sells at the same time, and he caught my drawdown, and then I caught after he closed the rest.
Well, he
It was-
also got another 15 pips on the push up right now before the push down. So he did the same thing. I think he took it right at with the trend line first. He rebroke, so he caught those buys right.
Yeah, it's price action is a beautiful thing, bro. Price action is beautiful.
Let me tell you, when I was trading Crawford, you don't even want to know how much I blew on funds. I mean, I was at least 25K.
Or I blew my entire live account on prop firms.
wow. That's wild.
No, of challenges. I had fun with the company. I was blowing because I didn't care about the money. I mean, I've got the money, right? So I was like, that's only $400.
No, Jacob is a different
$500.
story. Jacob had,
Sorry?
what did he say on his live account? He had like 240K that he ran up his live account to, and then blew the entire 240K.
No. It was never like that. No, as I made money, I was like withdrawing it, protecting myself. But it's on the challenges because I was just going and trying to grab, CPI when it was going up CPI US 30.
But
It's going up 1,000 points, and you're just like, I'm gonna make it all in one day, just go crazy and go nuts. And so that's what I was doing at the time.
I miss
And
Jacob,
I'll tell
man.
you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. When I trade my live money, and I'm saying I'm in drawdown, and I'm down 40,000. Bro, I'm telling you, there's no way I'm going stupid crazy with my money. You gotta be very careful. So that's the difference I noticed between prop firm and drawing money. You're like, just the prop firm, I just come lose $500. Who cares? I'll just rebuy another one or $100 or whatever it is. When you got real money, bro, that money's not coming back. You're not resetting.
Look, I spent, look,
Yeah.
transparent as fuck. Look right here, it says 67. I bought 67 Apex accounts.
And there you go. Yeah. And you know how it feels, man, because you're like, oh, it's okay, I blew it. Like
Well, I blew my entire live account after I went like 6 months of flipping my account month over month over month. I took everything out and I spent it all on prop firms.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was like, all right, if I can do this in my life, I can do this in prop firm. That was my biggest mistake.
Yeah. Big mistake for me to feel that as well. So I feel you. But I love getting my real funds. It just really
Bro, it gives you less pressure.
sorry?
Less pressure. It's less rules. Like you can follow your own plan, you know. You go, like, stick with
Yeah,
it.
but you gotta be way more careful.
I think every
Yeah,
penny I
exactly.
spend is worth it though. Like literally the strategy that I've been able to like develop with what like learning off of Wix and Don and trading prop firms with their rules, I fucking love it. I
Yeah, I
love it.
mean, you gotta be accountable to yourself when you have your own money. You have no choice.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot
you're
of money.
responsible
Be
for
right
your
back.
account.
My bad.
Yeah, so you
You're
can
responsible.
copy trade on challenges and things like that, but because I don't have the same limits, because I don't have the same leverage, it's very different for me. So, and I can withdraw and I get my funds within about a day. So, I'm very,
Yeah,
very
for
happy with what it is.
Blueberry
And
kind of
I'm very fortunate.
you gotta wait
No,
a
I'm
little
very
couple of
fortunate.
days.
Yeah, I'm definitely very fortunate. I worked my butt off to get to where I am for sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hard work, bro.
so,
Hard
so,
work.
I'll keep working it,
Very
keep
nice.
growing it. I still trade indices and gold as well,
Yeah.
from different mentors in different situations. So learn every
It's
day,
just
and that's why even know where I am, I still ask questions. You never know. So
yeah,
I
just getting started,
definitely
bro.
appreciate
Just
that.
getting started. Just
Sorry?
getting started. I said we're just getting started. It's just the beginning. Just the
Oh yeah,
beginning.
no, for sure. I mean, I'm much older than most of the people, but I mean, I made my money in other things. So
Yeah.
that's why I was able to do what I'm doing. It's a little different, obviously, but then I was able to use most of the money I made in the trading to get the live account, and that's what gave me that benefit there. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, really bonus for me.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's always about having that drive, like something that pushes you every day.
This is what keeps me going,
So I
bro. Like
told you,
if I
bro.
did
That's why I do this
I,
shit.
I have no idea what I would be doing right now. I know I would be doing some sort of business, but
If you're
like
trading
I
full
don't know.
lots on your personal account, you're a savage and you have the balls to do this for real.
Yeah, you got no choice to make a decision at some point and say, hey, am I going to do this for a living and that's it or not? I've got properties, I've got real estate, so that comes in regularly. I've got, stocks where I get dividends out of it. So, I've set up myself over the last, 10, 15 years to do what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best way to do it. I do like Wix. I actually, I didn't know he was doing the same thing, but I rent where I live, but I own where I have it rented out. So I have Airbnb as well. And that's the smartest way. So let me stop talking in 20 minutes, 20 seconds to the 4-hour close.
No, bro,
On
I learned a lot from him because I'm trying to do the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Yeah, bro, it's worth it. We got an hourly closure coming up. The price is dumping, so hourly's closing below back into these ranges, right? If we can get a top wick on this hourly, do we have something we can fill? But it's just creating a little support here on the 30. Maybe it doesn't matter. If it comes down first, that's not good. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, I would take an hourly flip here. Top wick entries. Damn, this thing just blew up in 1 minute. Let's see if we can get a flip here. So on Top Step, it depends what you think of the rules, right? So on Apex, the trailing drawdown is forever until you reach a certain buffer point on the account, but you only need to have $50 a day profitability in order to withdraw. On Apex, you need to have 200 a day profitability to withdraw for 5 days. It doesn't have to be consecutive like Option said. It just has to be 5 days, right? What's it called? So it depends on what you like. On Apex, you're probably going to have a cheaper barrier to entry, but the rules at one point were kind of bad. They said no DCA, so you couldn't take pineapples. This broker's trade of 8. You couldn't take pineapples, so you were stuck to kind of one entry. So then that didn't suit me anymore. I wasn't able to trade that anymore. So then I had to check out other firms, and then I what did I do during that time? Because it was like a couple months where Apex was like no DCA. Then they took it away, and I tried Top Step out because Top Step has their trailing drawdown resets every day. So let's say today I lost 2,000. I would wake up or right after the market closes and reopens at 6, my trailing drawdown will reset and I have another 2,000 for the day of drawdown. So the resettable drawdown is what intrigued me, right? The resettable drawdown is what intrigued me. This is coming down without a top wick first after this 5-minute close. So this could be like a money printer starting to set up.
And well, you guys have futures, so I don't know if he's trading Forex or future, but I had that top wick entry. Go for 11.
Yeah, I want this to make a top wick first and then flip. If it starts to come down first, then that could be the money printer starting to set up.
It bounced perfectly off of my level. But what I will do typically, like when you are mid-range in the small time frame and you're pushing up, or top pick in the high time frame, like I wouldn't like take the position at the exact area. Like I would wait to see drop down on the 1 minute and wait to see if I can get a push from that level. And if we can get up this one, I'll take my entry to confirm that we're actually bouncing from this level.
Yeah, you vape or no? Yeah, I flipped on futures, but it didn't flip on Forex.
You have to pull on it hard because It's not charging, but it rips.
No, it's because you're not keeping it straight up and the liquid is coming all the way up to the nozzle and you're fucking it up.
It's not charging.
No. It works, bro. You're just dumb. Dummy, just give me. Give me, bro. Because you have nothing left in there.
This does.
It's because it's not straight up, it's up and down. Look, it's charging right now.
No, it's just take it off.
No, it's not hitting, dumbass. It's charging.
See?
That's because it's fully charged. Yes.
Well, it says it
That means it's fully charged.
You gotta pull hard. Now hit it. Now hit it. See?
There's nothing left in there, but that's why.
What do you mean?
Alright, leave it standing up straight and don't move it.
It's ripped. Not burnt.
That tastes like straight burnt.
No, it didn't. Maybe not. Yeah, now it is.
Motherfucker over here smoking burnt coils. He's like, no, bro, it's staying good. Burnt coil.
You finished yours?
No. I'm deleting this. This just scooped the other way. No bueno. So, if we do flip on the hourly and we do start to come down, I would like closures below and then more confirmations. I'm deleting it. I don't like how this is not driving now. So, I would like to see it close below. Start breaking the hourly, fill the wick, get some closures below these levels here that we closed off of, come back up here and then re-break the low, and then I can take some entries. How come it looks so much better on Forex here? I might put the sell stop back again. Are you consolidating here or are you driving? Okay, walk him in like 30 minutes. Well, ain't nothing we can do now. I'm in there. Made another trade, Alfredo.
Use it for me.
Hmm?
Damn, feel bad for my sister.
Why?
She's working right now.
Where?
Hospital. She works from 9 to 9, I think.
What does she do?
She's just the receptionist, pretty much.
With her skills there, she should try to go apply as a receptionist for like a State Farm. The State Farm agent that I did work for today.
She doesn't want to work for her. She
The
already told her.
the receptionist lady there, bro, she drives a fucking $50,000 car. It's a Toyota, but it's a $50,000 Toyota. It's
Yeah.
wild.
She's making good money, bro.
What do they pay her hourly?
17.50. But she gets bad overtime.
Yeah, and then if we stop taxing overtime, that'd be worth it. Looks like volume is starting to come in here. This was a 15-minute closure with no top wick. I'm gonna go break even right away here. Let's see if we can see 10 pips here. One more push. That no top wick is ruining the fucking trade. That no top wick literally ruined the trade. I wouldn't have went break even. Let's get another break, baby. Be patient, homie. Sit back, relax, and let that shit pop or reject. Whatever happens, I am risk-free, hands off the motherfucking table. We just rebroke the low and then pulled it right back. If it pulls back, fuck it. That gave us the 10 pips that we wanted. And I'm spamming that close button right there as soon as we filled that hourly wick. 10 pips for the night. So that's 2 wins, 2 break-evens. That Nasdaq one, I'm not going to count it. So let me delete that. That Nasdaq doesn't count. I took it off stream. So 1 win, 2 break-evens I got to add to the... I took the pip counter off the stream because there's some discrepancies in the way that it's calculated, and so I'm just gonna put the win so we can look at the win-loss ratio, and I think that's a little bit more important. Look at that beautifulness. Failed to cancel order. Contact your broker. I'm not calling nobody. Motherfucker, you better cancel my order. Damn. And that's why we manage risk. That's it. Yeah, half my trades might be break even and the other half might be winners. But it is what it is. That's the game of scalping. Instead of having a low win rate and letting those break evens hit stop loss and then catching larger trades, I'd rather catch my pips and get the fuck out. So I am 15 pips from my initial balance this morning. So I had some profit this morning, and then I lost it all, and I was down 2,800. So in reality, I lost a little bit more. But negative on the day, I was 2,800, and then I made that back. So to be where I was profit wise, I would need 15 more pips. But it is what it is. I need less than 50 pips, less than 60 pips, and I pass this 150k. But yeah, man, this year I'm gonna supercharge my live account, deposit as much money as I can into it, work my way up from my 0.2s all the way up. But in reality, if I have two fundeds trading a 0.4 or a 0.2, and then I do another 0.2 on my account, I'm almost at a one lot trading the fundeds and my live account. So in the background, I can think, okay, bam, I'm trading a one lot. I caught 30 pips today on my live account. That's 40 bucks or 30 bucks. Across all of the accounts is a $200-300 day. $400 day, $500 day. So don't even worry. So I want to just look at my tiny little account and then have the larger ones in the background. And then work my way up depositing. This year is going to be fucking good. This is going to be a good year. So I like to have a business as well, because business-wise, we're doing well. So that's one thing that I like to. A lot of people don't like to preach jobs, but if you can have a good job, bro, and you can work trading and your job, you don't need that much time to trade. You don't need that much time to trade, and if you have like a good sales job, you can make a lot of fucking money until you supercharge to like a multiple 6-7 figure account, and then you can live off of your investments, you know what I mean? But having a job that can supercharge your investments and your life before getting into trading, for me, bro, was a huge help. If I would have got into trading when I was living at my mom's house, that would have not been good. I had no sense of saving money. My mom would see our bank accounts were linked. She would see that I would get some good money that week, and she would take half of it and put it away for me because she knows that I would spend all of it. And then at the end of the year, she's like, look, you have 10,000 saved up. What do you want to do? And I'm like, all right, let me go buy a new car. And I would just go put 10,000 down and go get a new car. Dumb shit. Imagine. Luckily, I started now when I had my own house, my own property, my own business, all my own shit on the side. I have enough money to deposit into my accounts, enough money to spend in education, enough money to do what I need to do to be successful in the industry faster than doing it the cheap way with no money. Dankshire trades the NQ, and he trades based off of levels, and he'll scalp like small levels like this. So you see how on NQ price made a high. The first resistance made after that high, I marked that level. What happened here? We had a rejection the second that we tapped that level. I think he would have taken a sell there and probably scalped 20 pips on that pullback before the continuation here now. No bottom wick there. Oh, we have nice wicks everywhere. We said, oh, we don't have no bottom wick here on the hourly. Gold is starting to come back down again. This is what I like, right? So this is starting to show confirmation that the daily low is going to continue, and we're likely going to come down to this next range to make a decision. See here, my target with the wick fill, we had 15 pips for the wick fill that I was able to take advantage of, right? Here for my next target, I only have 8 pips that I could take advantage of, unless you take like a top wick entry here, off this no top wick flip. It could have been a nice entry, but I'm not taking those kinds of entries that much anymore. I'm trying to stick to my other kinds of entries where I'm taking the rebreak of the lows and stuff. See, this area is strong. So I would like to see what happens here. If we do break down, I can catch more of the range down here below this level, which is 40 pips. Or maybe this would be where the daily finally makes a low in order to re-break the high and continue blasting the fuck off. It's all about being patient. This is the daily high here, huh? This is ugly. Wait for this 30-minute closure. I'll be right back. Fuck, weird ass dog. Let me redraw all my lines. Let's go to the hourly and see. Do we have any hourly levels here? We don't. This is a strong bearish hourly level. Do we have any 30-minute levels here? Supports? We do have a 30-minute minor support here. On the 15-minute, it actually goes down even lower to here. So, yeah, I would like to break underneath this and trade this candle here. So, I would like to wait, see what happens when we're breaking underneath here. And if we do continue to break down underneath there, that's going to continue the trend underneath here, and it would look very clean. What's the DXY doing? The DXY is plummeting down now. It's actually found some sort of support, while gold was also coming down. So maybe that's why gold is being a little sus. We don't have a top wick on our daily candle here, so we kind of need a top wick before coming down. We're respecting this level here on the daily, or on the 1 minute. These are massive ranges here. So DXY has found some support possibly, and gold is still coming down. So that could mean gold will have to come up if DXY is coming down possibly. So we have a pullback here. Let's see what happens. This is a nice little trend line break options. You in this? So correlating the DXY with gold, if this does respect that support, we should see the inverse correlation. If it wants to. It doesn't have to, but that's what you should kind of technically want to see. But we have no top wick on this 15, no bottom wick on this 15. We just came up, created a top wick for the previous 15. Maybe everything is just going to dump. The dollar and gold is going to dump tonight. We're getting a scoop here on the 15-minute. Bro, there's no way that looks like you, bro. I literally gave it the most generic terms, and it just picked a random guy off the internet. I was about to say, bro, because if that looked like you, and you're like, bro, why does that look like my brother? I would have been like, bro, let's get rid of AI right now. Let's go find fucking the headquarters. On Twitter now, you can use Grok 2.0 for free. And it's pretty fucking realistic. This level, man. I wanted to take a sell stop on the break of the low. And that would push the daily low. But this area is just so strong. Sorry, I'm a little quiet here. I'm just paying attention to see what's going on. So I'm not going to take that entry. But I am going to You're watching Bryce Crawford.
Yeah.
That's Bryce.
Yeah.
I recognize his voice. So I'm going to wait for this just to move a little more and give me some more clear range out of here. We still don't have a top wick on the daily. So today I took a big 140 pip loss and then I made most of it back so far. All of it actually. With the 2 trades tonight. I over risked. I took basically imagine prices dropping here and I took a bunch of entries on the way down here. And then by the time I got here, I had to close out my trade at a loss, and then it reversed, putting 5 of my 7 entries in profit. So I would have been able to close out in profit. But ideally, I was only supposed to take 2 entries, which would have been basically 1 here and then 1 down here. And then by the time that we got here, that would have been both positions in like 5 pips or 6 pips of profit, totally in 14. So I managed risk very horribly. I just stacked like crazy. Just assuming NYSE open, it was a 945 trade that the volume from NYSE would push us. But I assumed the volume was going to push us instead of looking at the candles and letting the candles determine. I'm looking here at NQ to see if we start to re-break the daily high. I would set a buy stop there. for it to give us a nice wick to the next daily high. We got at least to this area here. It kind of taps here, pulls back all the way down here, and this is where we're driving from now. It's looking like it might not want to do it. And gold is starting to reverse and come up. The DXY has found support and is driving bullish. Gold should come down. Price action hasn't been too bad tonight. Damn, now that I was looking at this, I wanted to take a wick entry here. But let's wait for this 15-minute to close. That's just where structure would be. This is where we would reject to come down. On the 1 minute, we have triple topped here. So this would just be where we would reject to come down. Holy shit. How are the fires over there, bro? You good? Is your place safe? Evacuate. Damn, what does that mean? Does that mean that, like, you gotta go rent a hotel and spend your money? Or do they reimburse you? I'm gonna take a buy here on NQ. Oh. The buy stop didn't even show up for a second. It almost took 2 entries. That would have been bad. I've set a buy stop, but it set it right on price, so it didn't look like it activated, so I market executed, and then it did set the buy stop just above the price that I market executed at. and I couldn't see the X on there. So luckily I saw just a bit of the corner of the X, and I was able to close before that pop up, which maybe if it would have activated both positions on that pop up, since I got 5 pips on that, I would have closed both. But yeah, let's see what happens here. That's good, bro. As long as your place is okay, bro. Cause damn, imagine if I'm like closing out stream and out of nowhere the cops start knocking on my door saying everybody's got to evacuate, there are wildfires, and then I call my mom and she's like, yeah, we're getting evacuated too, and then everybody's just getting evacuated, bro. Damn. Where would you go? Do you have to like, how far away from your home do you have to drive? Or is it only like within a couple mile range? Yeah, bro, hope all your peoples are good. Because those fires are no joke, especially with all the smoke and the soot in the air. And you're in the city air is not the best already. That just makes things worse, man. It almost makes you want to have to wear a mask outside. I want to go to LA though. I've been dying to go. Oh yeah, that's right, Bougie. You were there for Christmas. That's dope. Go to oh damn, I don't even know where mine is at. Oh, let's see if this trade plays out. It's giving drawdown vibes. $12,000 acres. So I had a dumb idea. Why can't they just dump salt water on it if the ocean's right there? Alright, so I'm not really looking to hold for the entire drive down, right? So if this is not the continuation of the trend, then we're most likely going to start reversing here. And if we start to reverse here, price is going to start to create lower lows, lower highs, and then I can start to look for some pineapples in these sorts of areas maybe. But probably if we start to break down below this area, I would likely close that. So let's see what we can get here. Well, I'm thinking since 80% of Los Angeles is just rock anyways, if it does kill the vegetation, you can just replant everybody some new grass. Much cheaper than insurance companies paying out for homes. I'm very skeptical about this drive up. This could just be the second retest of the high here before starting to come down, and in which case we'll have to manage risk harder if it does fail to drive now. Yeah, I know you guys don't like to trade the Nasdaq, but I gotta do my thing on the Nazi. So we just had a closure respecting the resistance here. Price came up with a top wick first. It could very well reject this level here after re-breaking the high. How far is that 5-minute top wick gonna be though? What is my dog smelling on you, bro? I know, although I know that stuff is corrosive on metal pipes, I had to deal with that salt brine water in refineries sometimes, crazy stuff. Wow, I think firefighters already use the salt water from the ocean as the reserves, but I believe they don't normally use it because due to its corrosiveness, and they also maybe fear dumping the salt water into the burning forest can affect some of the trees due to the salt water's high salinity. So although it might fix one problem, it could create more problems. Yeah, a lot of fires are inland, and that would cost time and money to transport enough water to do any good. Damn. That's an L for nature. What do you guys trade besides gold? You like in US 30? US 30 is giving us this push up, trying to create that daily top wick. Can we get that same thing happening here? We just had a 5-minute closure, bearish closure. It's coming up with no top wick once again, or no bottom wick once again. The probability of it coming up here is not so high. It would have to be one of those massive pops that just push us all the way through. But this is very likely looking like I'm going to get stopped out here. Let's see how high we can get this push. Is this flipping any higher time frames? Yeah, it's flipping the 15 after that 15 bottom wick if we re-break that high here. Yeah, I'm going to continue to hold this. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to set B either. I just closed it. Oh, that's fine. No bottom wick. You're gay. That's fine. It is what it is. Let's let the last 4 minutes play out. That was a good closure. I couldn't go break even fast enough there. I was 15 pips that I saw there on that little push. No worries. Don't worry. Be happy. Yeah, the re-break of the high is supposed to play out, but it's not supposed to be respecting resistance here, right? Once it re-breaks the high, that's when you're supposed to start driving. It's not supposed to do all this shenanigans before the drive. It might drive now. That's fine. These are all psychological risk management skills that once you start feeling discomfort in the trade and you start to see things that make you feel uncomfortable, it's much better to let probability do its thing and you stay out than you to take the trade and then probability go against you. And then you're like, ah, but I noticed that and this and that. Why didn't I listen to myself? So I've experienced that too many times. I mean, this rebreak of the high is probably gonna... Oh, did I remove my daily indicator? When did I remove the daily? Oh. That was a good trade. Had a solid night. 15 pips for the night. Yeah, it's gonna drive now. That's fine. Gold is creating a nice bottom wick on the 1 hour. Top wick sells can be quite delicious, so you'll make money there instead of in Q. Yeah. If we start to remain under here, man, I'll probably take these off stream so that I can go eat some ice cream or some shit. I'm hungry. 1 minute. Milo. ¿Qué tú quieres? ¿Tú quieres salir?
I wasn't taking shit, bro, but it was freezing.
Is it that cold outside?
No, but I fucking went downstairs with all my shoes, so I went with socks on. I was gonna wear your... Oh, I guess they're your girl sandals.
Yeah.
No wonder
You're not gonna
extra
fit in my
small.
slides, bro. And the 1 hour has officially closed. We closed a no top wick on the 15, but this hour is looking good. This 30 is looking good. So if we can get a nice top wick and a start to flip bearish, that would look good to come down and start to fill this range.
Can never spoil
But
immediately.
that is it for me, gang. I'm gonna play a nice little outro song for you guys.
I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that.
Hey, have a wonderful night, everybody.
I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no luck. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. No Satan gon' be mad at this. I had to ask my dad if it's okay to swing my bat at this. He said, boy, if I picture this out of the park, moving so quick it's like they stuck in park. They see the numbers, but I see the heart. 10,000 hours you spit in the dark, putting in good work, even though you didn't even know that it would work. Talking about a man who grew up in woodwork, do it for the love of it, that's the way it should work. Yeah, yeah. I know some people gon' look at me crazy and I'm like, for what? Man, I was stuck, I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm down, now I'm up like a seesaw. When I'm on a beat like an old man's lawn, better keep off. From the ground to the treetops, got clouds on my feet like Jack in the Beanstalk. Jumped off quick, went straight in a free fall. Cowboy hat and a mic singing yeehaw. Landed on my feet like a feline, put him back in the seat like a recline. Ay, what you mean I'm not worthy? Did it with a purpose, didn't need a permit. Digging from the bottom and I brought it to the surface. Mind your business now, who I worship. Who the little guy making big, big, big moves. Tick tock, turn it to a tick, 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 boom. Yeah, I talk a lot of stuff, probably thought it was a bluff, till I went and turned it where I was down, but now I'm up, up. Let's go. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, yeah, I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Wherever you go,